Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Guys, let's talk about these stabbards and all of these sorcerers actually making me angry. So, with everything popping off in this week's episode, it's very, very obvious as to who could be in cahoots with who. And of course, the one thing that makes me angry out of all of it is how nonchalant everybody's acting about these deaths and taking multiple upon multiple lives. And then, pretty much writing it off as like, oh, don't threaten me or don't try to get me involved or, catch me pretty much because if you do, I'll kill you. Like it's getting really, really crazy just amongst the tower itself, which I didn't really expect. I mean, there did seem like there was some bad blood between people, between child men and just other classes in general. Like, there was no other mentions or dirty looks to people besides child men when he was making his classes, or for instance, two of his students would get into battles and cause a ridiculous amount of damage. So what does that do at the end of the day? You then have them straight up um, destroying stuff that they have to fix, but at the same time, they're only capable of doing that because they're so ridiculously strong. Why can't I get in on you? There we go. Um, so now that we have a pretty decent understanding of who's going to be a problem, why they're going to be a problem, I just really am looking forward to seeing what this all is going to turn out to be because as of now, he has the potential. Our main character has the potential to start taking lives, and I think in a show like this where people just straight up slaughtered or destroyed a whole bunch of like non-magic users and they're probably just running with their backs turned, all of these types of people got bopped and no one's really going to care about them besides this guy who was the one getting truly attacked by them and chose not to defeat them. So it just also gives this eerie feeling that our characters have been followed longer than they actually may know. So that also is kind of creepy. It's like, how did they know at that time that they were vulnerable? Why did they approach? Um, I guess some people must have reported just that whenever the whole thing popped off, there were people that came to help out and stuff like that that were called on from what's her face, the girl that is with the crew. So we know for a fact that some people should have heard about it outside and that there was a report, but the report was completely BS with them supposedly getting attacked by these non-magic user, which I mean, it's not far-fetched that they could have got attacked by people that were completely angry that their leader got taken out by a sorcerer by the tower, aka our main character. But uh, I don't. Somehow they clearly knew that and even play a role or like play a part of using it as misguided information, which is crazy. Another reason why this show is doing really, really well, in my opinion, just when I'm watching it, is all of the things they keep throwing out there, just in detail wise. It's a show that has no problem going and showing us multiple flashbacks because it knows it'll be helpful at the end of the day. So I do enjoy that aspect of the storytelling in general. So I hope they can keep that up. Not only that, the fighting is getting pretty interesting with our main guy being ridiculous all of a sudden. Even he kind of calls it out that not only is his instinct sharper and his reactions, but he just feels in general sharp and ready to do anything. So I guess this might be him just on edge, and he hasn't been on edge in quite some time. In the case of, even if you go to a place where you should be safe, you're now in the most danger you've probably been in since you've actually been traveling. So that's a reason to be on edge, and we can see it through his actions of beating up a whole surrounded chariot of just armed men without even using magic against them. So it's these types of things that give me a good explanation into how far he will go not to injure, and then to then see that people are losing their lives or absolutely being wiped out by, sorcerers. Doesn't make sense that it would be him. Just for us, we know exactly what he's been doing, so it makes it that much better how they're playing us as the audience for, seeing just how cruel and disgusting their tactics are. But at the end of the day, uh, it's fair to say all this stuff because none of them were there. Who can who can actually confirm this stuff is real or not if you weren't there, right? So that's why even when he approaches the teacher who tells us the kid who's out, showing up before people can even get to the tower and attacking and ambushing, he's not a part of the class, but he also somehow is that close to being, to the class without getting any people on him. Like, how does no one know that he's this close? So we'll see how this turns out. Of course, the show's always got to have some people that you absolutely hate. Every anime needs a show or needs characters who you absolutely despise. Oh, that spawn I didn't want it to. Um, and the way that they do it in this show, I think it's well done and well deserved. Because I truly do not like this character already. This guy who clearly is holding a grudge after losing in the past, not being able to take out our main character, and now probably still would lose to him. So I wonder if he is trying to get that sword because it might give him some good power up to, be on the level, or if this is just some type of scheme that he's trying to put out there. So now if he has this sword, he can even frame our main character even more, or even child man like that. So we'll see how all this plays out. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you sooner than later. So with all that being said, take care and peace.